And we are live. Good morning. Welcome to week number 5 of the Bluegrass Brunch. I can't believe it. We're already at week number 5. My name is Anthony Ehrig, and with me today is my bandmate Eric Christopher. We're from the High 48's Bluegrass Band. Clint Bertzer, who's normally joining us on these brunches, is unable to make it today, but he did send in a little video message that we're going to be able to play, and he's picked a song for us. So we'll still get to hear Clint today. And if you're new to this brunch, this is a tradition that's been in the band for going on 9 years now. Every January and February, we do this brunch every Saturday from 11, usually to 1 o'clock, but for these online ones, we switched it to noon. And we just couldn't bear not to do it this year because it kind of keeps us going through these long winter months. And, it's really about coming together and hanging out. We got Connie there this morning. Good morning, Connie. If you guys are out there watching, jump in the comments. Again, this is half the reason we do this is just to see other human beings, even if in text form. The format of the show is the High 48's kind of swap songs for the first half of the show, and then we bring in special guests every week. And this week we have a very, very special guest, our good friend Nate Sipe from Pert Near Sandstone, who is just a marvelous musician and songwriter. And he's going to be beaming in from sunny California, well, actually rainy California, so I heard, later in the show. So we hope that you'll stick around for that. And it looks like some more folks are showing up. Speaking of California, we have our friend Katie in Berkeley. Katie. Good to see you. And Terry's here. Happy birthday. Let's see, Jean from upstairs.
Hey, Jean. Oh, she's in Los Angeles, actually.
Oh, she is. All right. So, Jean, maybe you can confirm. Is it raining? Nate said it was raining out there. Debbie, good morning to you as well. Our good friend Gary. It's so good to see you guys here. Again, this is what it's all about. We would normally do these brunches at a great little venue, a little listening room in Minneapolis called the Astor Cafe, and it would just be packed. It's just a pandemic nightmare, like the amount of people packed into one room. But that was
super spreader event.
Super spreader event. But that's what made it so great. Hey, look at that! Sandy's in the house. My mother-in-law. Good to see you, Sandy. So in lieu of that, we can be here. And be together with you guys. And Jean says that she's not sure what the weather is. She's working, and she's in the ballroom cave. Well, how are you doing today, Eric?
I'm good. Can't complain. You?
I'm doing well. I'm happy that we've made it to the weekend and that we're here picking today. And so one of our kind of morning traditions here is to talk about our beverages. No great shakes here, although I do have my free-range pick-and mug, which I will talk about here in a minute. And I'm drinking just a nice blonde roast from Starbucks. But Eric made mention that he's gone to the other side today. What are you drinking?
I have. I feel kind of like a traitor. I'm drinking tea today out of a Flintstones mug from Flintstones land, rest in peace, of Custer, South Dakota. Yeah, I don't know. I had 1 cup of coffee this morning, and I thought maybe a second one is not such a good idea.
For the Bluegrass Brunch, you get a little too excited.
Get a little bit of jittery, yeah.
So wait, back up for a second. Did you say there's a Flintstones land? Or there was a Flintstones
Tony,
land?
You missed it. It was this great sort of little amusement park in Custer, South Dakota. One of my earliest memories, in fact, is of going there with my parents on a road trip. And it's no longer there. I think it's a glamping site now.
Oh man, that's
awesome. So if you like to glamp,
but you've got evidence. You got the mug to prove it.
I do. Yeah.
That's cool.
Been there, bought the mug. So.
Well, happy Saturday back to you, Penny, and Denise as well. Good morning. Like I said earlier, Denise, don't worry. We're going to see a glimpse of Clint, who sent in a little something. But why don't we just get things started today? I guess I'm going to start out today, and I wanted to do something kind of different and special because I heard some unfortunate news this week. 2 of my musical brothers, Steve and Jeff Schley, 2 good friends of mine from a band called Free Range Pickin', who again I'm drinking our mug. We played together for 10 years. Actually, that's where we met our friend Nate. When we first met Nate, we were playing in that band, and I learned this week that they lost their father, Dwayne Schley, and it's just been weighing heavy on me all week. And but I got this text from Jeff, one of the brothers, who said, I'm pretty sure this one song you used to do with free range picking was Dad's favorite, and it happened to be this cover song from a band called Cake. It seemed like the most random of songs, but that meant the world to me to think that was Dwayne's favorite free range picking song. So it's been a really long time since I've tried this, and usually I have a whole band with me to do it. But I thought in just thinking of Dwayne and both Steve and Jeff, I wanted to do this in their honor. This is Cake, Stick Shifts, and Safety Belts. Well, stick shifts and safety belts, and I'm out of tune. That happened quick. But this is live, so I did not want to complete that song. That would be a disgrace. All right, let's try this again with a little better tuning. Stick shifts and safety belts. Well, stick shifts and safety belts and bucket seats, well, they all got to go when I'm driving in my car. Well, it makes my baby seem so far. I need you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat. I need to have you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat. But when I'm driving in my Malibu, well, it's so easy to get right next to you. I just say, hey, babe, scoot over, please. And then she's right there, right next to me. I need you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat. I need to have you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat. Well, not a good cars are Japanese, but when we're driving far, I need my baby. I need my baby right next to me. Well, stick shifts and safety belts and bucket seats, well, they all got to go when I'm driving in my car. Well, it makes my baby seem so far. I need you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat. I need to have you here with me, oh, not way over in a bucket seat.
That was nice, Tony. I was sitting here trying to remember what was Cake's big song in the 90s. It's like on Rev 105.
Oh,
Rev
yeah.
105
Well, there's
all
a
the
blast.
time. Yeah.
Going the distance.
Yes, going the distance.
He's going for speed. All right. Well, man, okay. I had to dust the cobwebs off for that one. But Steve, Jeff, Dwayne, Schley family, I'm thinking about you guys right now and sending that one out to all of you. And all right, we got a couple Cake fans in the house. And love Cake, says Monica, and funny tune. It's a great one. My first car ever was a 1966 Chevy Impala, and it did not have stick shifts. And I don't know if you can call the belts safety belts because they were just those ones that like you click around your waist and probably cut you in half if you ran into something, but. Actually, that thing was so big, I don't think anything would happen to you in there, and that's probably why they didn't need all that. But anyways, well, let's move on. We got Eric here on the fiddle. Eric, what do you got for us this morning?
Well, I think I'm gonna play a tune that I haven't played in a while either, and I've had a couple students ask to learn this tune recently, and I hadn't thought about it for a long time. It's It's a tune that's kind of, I don't know if he wrote it or if at least associated with Johnny Gimbel, who used to play with the Bob Wills band, and he played with Willie Nelson in the 70s. Really a great fiddle player from the Austin, Texas area. He plays kind of like a pedal steel player with a lot of those same sort of jazzy chord voicings that you hear in a lot of Western swing. And this comes with a disclaimer that I haven't played in a while, and it's a little early for this one, but we'll see how this goes. Called Gardenia Waltz.
Yeah. That was perfect Saturday morning music right there.
It's a bit much for early Saturday morning.
Well,
But,
maybe for your fingers, but not for my ears. Liz says beautiful, and now that's a great tune, says Mark. That's a really cool tune.
it's a great tune, and there's been a few really great recordings of it over the years, including one by Bobby Hicks. That's just super dreamy. Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to remind folks, maybe people who are just tuning in, this is our weekly Bluegrass Brunch that we do every Saturday in January and February. This year just happens to be online. And normally we'd be at the Astor Cafe, but since we're here online, we're going to have to do a virtual tip jar. We're doing a virtual tip jar that we're sharing with our special guest, Mr. Nate Sipe. So if you feel like throwing a little something in the hat, we'd be very appreciative. Like I mentioned earlier, Clint couldn't be with us today, but he did send a special message and picked a song for us. So I thought what might be kind of fun is to visit with Clint here through the magic of technology. Let's see. Let me get him queued up here. Here is Mr. Clint Burtzer. He's going to play a little Home Sweet Home for you.
Morning, everybody. Sorry I can't be there today at the Bluegrass Brunch. Hope you all are having a great time and getting excited to listen to a little bit of Nate Sipe later on today. And just wanted to drop this quick message to say hello and play a little tune for you so I could at least participate a little bit. Here's a little bit of Home Sweet Home. All right, see everybody next week.
Mr. Clint Burtzer, everybody, coming in remotely. That's some awesome guitar playing, and I'm glad he sent that this morning actually, because I was going to play a song on guitar, and I wanted people to know. Clint is the guitar player in the band, as evidenced by that last tune. Yay, Clint. Says Shirley, and that's some real Tony Rice guitar sound, says Connie.
Sure is.
And everyone sounds great. Thanks, Liz. It's so great to have you guys here. Really, that's what it's all about. And yeah, this is so much fun. Now, if only Clint was here.
Yeah, really.
We can razz him and give him a hard time. But I did want to do one on guitar. I knew he wasn't going to make it, and he's kind of our resident. He's our resident country music guy. In the band. He kind of cut his teeth doing all kinds of classic country music, and with his absence, I thought I would try the one song that I wrote that kind of came out kind of country. It's a song that the High 48s do. Normally I'm on the banjo, but Clint does a great job on the guitar, and I don't know. For me, it always had that feel, and so we kind of try to keep it that way, and I'll try my best to keep it that way today. This is a tune. I want to send it out to Mr. Ken Evanoff, who I know really enjoys this tune. This is a song called "Rewriting My Memories." All these years you've been stepping out on me with no regard for laws of love or family. Well, I couldn't live with myself if that was my story to tell. So I'm just making up my own version of history. I'm rewriting my memories as the days go by, and they keep getting better and better and better, one drink at a time. long now. I won't remember the truth. I'm rewriting my memories of my life with you. I was always kind and fair and true to you. Yet despite your lies, you got your man and our kids too. Now the only thing that helps is to believe I am somebody else. Oh, not this broken man that you played for a fool. I'm rewriting my memories as the weeks go by, and they keep getting better and better and better, one drink at a time. And it won't be long now, I won't remember the truth, and I'll tell everyone that I left you. I'm rewriting my memories as the weeks go by, and they keep getting better and better and better each Saturday night. And it won't be long now, I won't remember the truth. I'm rewriting my memories of my life with you. I'm rewriting my memories of my life with you.
Well done.
Thanks. Rewriting my memories, lonesome. Lonesome as lonesome gets, but you know, that's what we do here in the bluegrass and roots music. we put upbeat tempos to really depressing music lyrics, and it's a magic combination.
Happy sad songs and sad happy songs.
I mean, it really does kind of just mirror life, right?
Kinda.
That's just what it is, man. It's a little bit of both, and that's why the music appeals to me. Well, why don't we have you do another one on the fiddle, Eric? What do you got for us?
Well, I think I'm going to play a tune, another one that I haven't played in a while. This is a tune called Elzic's Farewell. Sometimes it's called the U Piney Mountain. It's a tune that I thought of it because of our guest. Was it 2 weeks ago, Chris Silver? For those of you who aren't familiar with his resume, he used to be in a band called Stony Lonesome, and for me, this is like my exposure to this is like the first for real bluegrass band that I saw when I was just starting to play this music. They were such a great band. Yeah. And I remember going to, actually they played a concert at my folks' church, and I went with them to that. It was like an evening show, and for some reason I remember most of what was on the set list that night, because it was just, I was kind of mentally taking notes, you know. But one of the tunes that they played, I think they recorded on their Red House record, was this. I should say the Red House CD was this one.
Sure, it wasn't a tape.
It could have been on tape too, but I had it on CD. So, Elzic's Farewell.
Yeah. That was fantastic, man. I don't know if I've heard you do that one.
Probably not.
That-
You know, Mike and I played it, I think, a few times in the past, but it's not one I play very often. And, you know, there's so many kind of tunes that are in that same pocket, you know, that sort of minor modal, sort of spooky pocket that they start to all kind of run together. You can't put too many of them in the set.
That is true.
know, so-
But it sounded great. And Denise says, cool tune and very nice. And Stefan says, greets from Switzerland. Look at
yeah.
that. I'm working on a guitar arrangement for Elsa's
fantastic.
Farewell. Nice. That's so cool. And lots of hand claps and nice version, says Ellen. Katie says, a real toe tapper. That would be a great one. I can hear the, you know, like the pulse of the bass, and maybe I get the claw hammer banjo out for that
Oh,
one.
totally, yeah.
Oh,
we're working on our set list for 2021.
We're planning
as we
and
speak.
scheming, folks. Once again, we are the High 48s, 2/5 of the High 48s. Anyways, Eric and Anthony, and this is our weekly brunch that we do in January and February. Every year, this year online, and the format for this is us playing the first half hour, and this wraps up our first half hour. And the second half, we bring in special guests, and we have a very, very special guest coming right up, Mr. Nate Sipe from Pert Near Sandstone. We're going to bring him on in a second, but I just want to thank all you guys and gals for being here, for chiming in the comments. Again, that's really what this is all about. Is people getting together. That's what, oh, look, our friend Becky is here. Thanks, Becky.
Hey,
She's
Becky.
enjoying it. Such a treat for us, too, to see other humans during this time. If you like what you're hearing and you're on the Facebook, give it a thumbs up or a like so the algorithm kind of pushes it to more people. And if you're on YouTube, do the same. You can subscribe to our channel if you're interested in what's coming up. We have some really great music coming up. We have Ellen Stanley, Mother Banjo coming up, and we have Rena Rossi and AJ and David Robinson from Steam Machine and Backup and Push coming up. We got the Rowe Family Singers. We have our old friend Derek Johnson, who plays with Monroe Crossing. We have a bunch of weeks left of this great music, and we'd love to see you here in weeks to come. But without any further ado, I'm super excited to invite up our good friend and just marvelous human being, Mr. Nate Sipe. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, guys. How's it
Hey,
going?
Nate.
Great.
see you.
Great to
Good.
see you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm trying to mentally project myself into the Astor Cafe, where I've spent many, many lovely hours in that patio along the Mississippi River and all over that place. So
He's just
glad
got
you
the
guys
good
are.
vibes.
Yeah. This Astor has nothing but good vibes. I love that place.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for continuing to provide good music for people throughout this period of time in history, and we all appreciate it. So
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for
Yeah.
being here to keep the music going, man. I love your apartment.
yeah.
All that greenery. Now, not everybody knows where you are these days. Where are you these days, Nate?
I live in North Hollywood, California, which is a borough of Los Angeles, and I'm here with my wife and 2 dogs and lots of plant friends. Some
Nice.
people
Looks
collect records, some people collect books. I collect instruments and plants, I guess.
Speaking of which, is that a tenor guitar you're playing there?
It is, yeah. This is an acquisition of mine from maybe a few years ago. It's a 1964 Martin single O15, I think. So it's
Wow,
all
that sounds
mahogany.
nice.
I love it. I got a tune like an octave mandolin, and
Okay.
I played this almost exclusively at home for like a solid year. So
It's kind of the perfect home guitar. Yeah.
it really is, yeah.
yeah.
It's like a mandolin. It's like a guitar. It's the best of both worlds, you know.
Nice.
So, and I'm gonna start out with a traveling song. Speaking of California, I do, of course, a lot of traveling between here in the Midwest in a typical period of time, and I'm missing traveling these days. Doing a lot more armchair traveling. And this is a song. Pert Near has actually recorded this song, and it's gonna be out, I think, on our next album. It's called "I've Been Traveling." The romance of distant lands, I I can't help but understand. All my life I've been that way. Now I don't expect I'll change. Raised a great Nolan boy, might not have any kind of choice. Always drawn on down the trail. I believe that I always will. I've been traveling on this road from a home that I barely know. I've been traveling for so long that this road might be my home. Yeah, this road. Stumbled, I've been in need, rolled on like a tumbleweed, and no troubles will bring me down. Follow me when I'm leaving town. I've been lonely, I've been sad, but things have never been that bad. I've seen what good life can bring, following the way a caged bird sings. I've been traveling on this road from a home that I barely know. I've been traveling for so long that this road might be my home. Yeah, this road. How I please, getting lost in reveries through the fields and vales on the backcountry trails, meandering with rippling creeks and blowing in the singing breeze. And I can't complain, I would do it all again. I've been traveling on this road from a home that I barely know. I've been traveling for so long that this road might be my home. Yeah, this road. Road might be my home.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I hear that song in a new way this year.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking us along. That was awesome. A lot of people chiming in, loving this. Wow, awesome. Says Thomas, and nice Nate, says our friend Gary, and Liz says, hey Nate, and Heather, so much fun, and yikes, how much fun is this on a Saturday morning? Says Debbie. You know what? We agree. This is it, man. This is it.
Thanks
so
everyone for
much,
joining
Nate.
us. For sure. Well, I'll beg your pardon and play a little fiddle for you this morning. Eric, you're sounding great, man.
Thank you.
I really love your fiddling. I got a little more of a rough old time style, but it
That
wakes
does
me
it
up in the
too.
morning. And maybe wakes up my neighbors too. We'll see if any of them come knocking on my apartment door.
That would make for interesting live streaming.
It's not a
Yeah.
not a neighbor-friendly instrument, that's for sure.
No, I make good
don't know the
use
half
of
of it.
the rubber mute on the bridge, but this is a tune. I'm going to start out with a tune that I learned from Dan Gellert, a great old-time fiddler out of Dayton, Ohio. I think it's where he's an Ohio fiddler. And his kind of bluesy, syncopated, old-time fiddle style has really just influenced me. I don't remember where I discovered him, but he kind of changed how I listened to old-time music, and really love. He doesn't have a lot of recordings either, but search him out. There's a guy here in LA, David Bragert, that recorded him recently. He plays with a group called Sausage Grinder. Dave does.
Now that sounds like an old time band right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're a great band. And then I'm gonna go into a tune, if I can pull it off, called. So the first one from Dan Gellert is Polly Put the Kettle On, and then I'm going to go into Patty on the Turnpike, a version from North Carolina from the Stewart Brothers. Goes like this.
awesome, man. That sounded great. I love Liz's comment. She says, like syrup on pancakes. What a treat.
Nice.
I agree with that. And Steven says, nice to see you, Nate. And the High 48's too. Fabulous tune, Nate, says Katie. And woohoo, says Melissa. That sounded great, man. That is kind of just what I'm looking for on a Saturday morning, too. Some just nice fiddle music. It's one of those instruments that really does just sound great on its own. It's got like almost like a vocal quality to it.
It can really sing. The fiddle is a haunting instrument. I really love it. I keep it hanging on the wall here all the time, so it's just staring at me and begging for me to come play it. And I give it a lot of work out. It's a fiddle that was kind of in shambles. At one point, it was glued back together, and I bought it off this kid who was learning classical music. I bought it off him really cheaply because when you break a fiddle in half and glue back together, a violin becomes a fiddle pretty quickly.
It's kind of a prerequisite for old-time fiddles. You see a lot of fiddles that a mouse has chewed into the F hole, and you know.
Yeah, totally. It burrowed, made a little
It's part of
nest
the
out
vibe.
of it.
Yeah.
I've Kevin, the Pert Near banjo player, Kevin Kniebel, has been holding on to a couple rattlesnake rattles for me. I really want to put one in there. I think that completes the.
You need one of those in there,
old-time
right, if you
fiddle.
want to be authentic.
Yep.
And I think Bill Monroe
Exactly.
used to put one inside his mandolin, right? That was
He did.
part of
I guess
the
it's
legend.
supposed to keep the spiders and mice out of your instrument.
Not putting them in a barn might help too.
That's probably, not storing them under the bed. Well, I guess I'll keep the instrument rotation going on here. I'm gonna do one. So at some point, in my early foray into learning music, I went from heavy metal into grunge. I took some music lessons and discovered the blues through my guitar instructor. And that's really kind of the thing that led me down the garden path to folk music and bluegrass and old time. And at some point there, I discovered that my parents' music collection was actually pretty good. I discovered some real gems there. And one of them is actually John Lennon's Imagine album. Was a big album for me back in junior high, early high school. And there's a kind of a B-side or a lesser-known track from that album called Crippled Inside that he recorded that he admittedly got the idea from Kerner and Glover and their song Black Dog. That's a traditional tune.
Another
He
Minneapolis
borrowed some ideas
connection.
from that. Yeah, little anecdotal bit of information to tie John Lennon to the Minneapolis folk scene.
Super cool.
So here's a little bit of Crippled Inside, and then I'm gonna do a mashup, as it were. I'm gonna go into an old jug band tune called Hokum Blues. Well, you can shine your shoes and wear a suit. You can comb your hair and look quite cute. You can wear a collar and a tie. One thing you can't hide is when you're crippled inside. You can wear a mask and paint your face. You can call yourself the human race. You can hide your face behind a smile. One thing you can't hide is when you're crippled inside. Well, you know that a cat has 9 lives, yeah, 9 lives to itself. You only got one, and a dog's life ain't fun. Mama, take a look outside. Church and sing a hymn. You can judge me by the color of my skin. You can live a lie until you die. One thing you can't hide is when you're crippled inside. Well, you know that a cat has 9 lives, yeah, 9 lives to itself. You only got one, the dog's life ain't fun. Mama, take a look outside.
That sounded great. This is Nate Sipe, everybody, here on the Bluegrass Brunch. We got all kinds of people loving this stuff. Gabriel says, haven't had a brunch this good in quite some time. And great to see and hear you all. Thanks for the brunch, music, and chatter. And hey, look, our old friend Derek Johnson chimed in, and he must have been referring to the neighbor's comment. You really want to wake your neighbors? You should do some clock.
Oh yeah. Well, fortunately, we're on the garden level, as they call it, so I don't have any neighbors below.
That's awesome.
I had our last apartment building. We lived over in a different borough, and we had all kinds of dancing and shenanigans above us. So this is my dog Bronx making an appearance.
Oh, nice.
She might need to go for a walk here soon after we're complete.
She might be doing her own clogging there.
She's like, what are you doing playing music? You should be giving me attention.
I'll just remind folks that, normally in a given year, Nate and Pert Near will be out playing, hundreds of dates a year on the road, making a living doing this music thing. But right now, during the pandemic, it's really tough for all musicians and people in the service industry. So if you're feeling it, we do have a tip jar we're passing around for Nate and for us as well. It's just a shared tip jar that you can contribute a little something. It goes a long way to help us buy next week's coffee and just also tell Nate how much you appreciate what he's doing, because I think again we got to keep the music alive during this time. This is unprecedented in terms of keeping people from being together and enjoying music, and this is really special, Nate. Thank you again for doing this.
Absolutely, thank you again for having me. It's been interesting to see how people, musicians and artists, and just everyone has kind of responded to a year on pause from this normalcy, and I think we're all going to come out of this in a much better way when it's all said and done. We're a strong group of folks here in the US of A. So, speaking of which, we'll play a song about a vagrant, a drunken vagrant. We'll keep it on the kind of country side of things. There's a tune written by Chris Christopherson that I fell in love with back in the day, from the same album that me and Bobby McGee came off of, the self-titled Christopherson. It's the best of all possible worlds. I was running through that summer rain and trying to catch that evening train and kill that old familiar pain weaving through my tangled brain. But when I tipped that bottle back, I smacked into a cop I didn't see. Policeman said, Mr. Cool, if you ain't drunk, then you're a fool. I said, if that's against the law, tell me why I never saw a man locked in that jail of yours who wasn't just as low down poor as me. That was when someone turned out the lights. I wound up in jail to spend the night and dream of all the wine and lonely girls in the best of all possible worlds. I woke up next morning feeling like my head was gone and like my thick old tongue was licking something sick and wrong. And I told that man I'd sell my soul for something wet and cold as that old cell. That jailer kindly grinned at me, all eaten up with sympathy, and poured himself another beer and came to whisper in my ear, if booze was just a dime a bottle, boy, you couldn't even buy the smell. I said I knew there was something I liked about this town. It takes more than that to bring me down, 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 because there's still a lot of wine and lonely girls in this best of all possible worlds. Came and told me they were gonna set me free, and I'd be leaving town if I knew what was good for me. I said it's nice to learn that everybody's so concerned about my health, and I'll be leaving here no more quicker than I can, 'cause I've enjoyed about about as much of this town as I can stand. And I don't need this town of yours more than I never needed nothing else. 'Cause there's still a lot of drinks that I ain't drunk. Lots of pretty thoughts that I ain't thunk. Oh yeah, still a lot of wine and lonely girls in the best of all possible worlds. I'm gonna keep it rolling here into this next tune. It's one I wrote. I'm gonna give a shout out to Scott and Christabel, who I was supposed to have a Zoom hang with last night, and because my apartment flooded, I was dealing with wet rugs and things, but they actually stopped by and gave me this guitar earlier this year, kind of towards the beginning of the pandemic. So thanks to them, I get to play some music on it for you guys today. This is one about the year called Leap Year. That last tune, Leap Year, I recorded kind of a home demo of, and added some fiddles and some mandolins and other things, and put it on a Bandcamp page that I think Tony's gonna link up on the YouTube. There it is, yeah. So please visit there, listen for free to some of my ideas as I imagined some songs sounding, and feel free to purchase if you can, but don't feel obligated.
It's great stuff, and it's not just music, right, Nate? You got some poetry on there even.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of writing as well for years, but I've certainly had a greater opportunity to do that this past year. So I've been working on some projects. I've got kind of a book of prose poetry assembled at this point, and a spoken word piece I recorded with some audio I put up on the Bandcamp as well, so you can check that out.
That's awesome.
And,
yeah.
yeah.
And Denise says, that was absolutely fantastic. And Vicky says, wow. Shirley Ann says, great sound, Nate. Thank you guys for chiming in. I agree with all of them. That was really cool. That was a really pretty tune. And definitely hop on over to Bandcamp. And you can support Nate by buying some of that music.
Yeah.
Sounds way better when you get the high resolution files, right?
Yep.
It does, yeah. Yep. I don't know. I need to call my studio the Jungle or something. Welcome to the Jungle. Nate's Jungle, Hollywood Jungle. I don't know. I'll think of a great name for my recording studio. But I'll play a little more fiddle. This is kind of a string of tunes that I'm gonna try to see how far I can make it through before it ends in a train wreck. But it starts out with an Irish tune. I love the medley, as you can tell. I kind of love stringing tunes together. I figure once you get rolling on a tune, why stop? Just keep the playing going, especially when you're solo. You don't have to worry about anyone following along in smooth transitions. But I definitely got into fiddle and mandolin music through Irish music and kind of world folk music, which I think is apparent on the Pert Near albums as well. Like kind of our eclectic kind of world music we dabble into, or that influences our songs. But this is one that I call the Sunshine Medley. It's a tune from the Dubliners. I go into Dixon's hornpipe, and I'm going to try to see if I can get through Billy Wilson and Redbird. So here we go.
set.
That was epic. Debbie says, awesome. Cecilia says, loving the Irish feel. Yeah, that's great. What a wonderful medley of tunes, man.
Yeah, it's a fun bunch of tunes that I like to play, kind of from all different sources. But
That's nice. And when I first met you, I don't even think you played fiddle yet.
I don't know if I had. Yeah,
I don't think
I don't think so. Actually.
Yeah, so man, it's really sounding great, and so I'm so excited to hear like the tunes that that they come from such different places, and I think that's a good representation of the band you play in too, Pert Near Sandstone. You mentioned this earlier, but you guys really do kind of just bring all kinds of influences together to create your own kind of American string band sound.
Yeah, I think being eclectic and having the variety is, it keeps it interesting for us and, for me especially. And so I think that's, it's, there's just so much variety, so many different avenues to explore. And especially being in a band with 4 songwriters, total, we kind of all come from different sides of things and different perspectives. And fortunately, they all kind of work together, but we end up with a large scope of influence, and definitely keeps it fun. So
Yeah, well, for folks that know Pert Near, that they host a wonderful festival every year, and this past year, of course, it was postponed. It's called the Blue Ox Music Festival. It goes on from August 19th through the 21st. And you can find out more music at blueoxfestival.com. It's one of the best music festivals anywhere in the world. I can't believe how you've grown this thing into, getting just the best musicians. All my favorite artists play there, and I had my first experience just a couple years ago, and I was blown away by how well put on it was in terms of the camping. It's family friendly, and you guys are going forward this year. We're gonna hope that August we're gonna be back at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we slid it a little farther into the year, into August, so the hopes that more people will be able to attend safely, and we're pretty optimistic. It's looking good so far, I think, and we are just really fortunate to. It's just like a perfect storm, a perfect collection of elements. With the Blue Ox owners, they had this great land and 30 years of festival experience in the area at that location. And, we came in with the idea to do an Americana bluegrass kind of roots themed festival, and it just was a great mix of, like the like-minded ideas, and of course the amount of artists that we have in the Midwest, and the hungry audience for the music, and then the talent buyer is our manager, Mark Gearing, with Periscope Productions, and he has grown into one of the greatest talent purchasers in the Midwest, I think, bar none. And so it's just been a blessing to be involved in it and to see it grow. And I have a vision for it to provide opportunities that we had as a young band, Pert Near had with the Mabatma Festival, and you guys teaching workshops there is a great side of that. Rather than just being little satellite events, we want to actually have like those things be featured as little events of themselves within the festival. And we're really glad that you guys are involved, not just to perform this year, but to do the lessons as well.
We're super
We're
excited.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
We love teaching, and for those of you who don't know, Mabatma is Minnesota Bluegrass and Old Time Music Association, which is quite a mouthful. So we shorten it to that, and what Nate and the band and Mark and everybody have grown there is really special. It reminds me so much of why I fell in love with this music. Because, again, just like what we're trying to do here with the brunch is just hang out and get together. And for those of you who might be new to this music, check out the Blue Ox Festival. You don't have to be a musician, but you might leave as a musician when you're done. Because, half the fun is what happens off the stage.
Yeah, and kind of reflecting our band and the eclectic nature, there's something for everybody at the festival in terms of the bands that are performing, in terms of, again, the little satellite events that occur throughout the campground and the family area, and it's really a fun thing, and we cherish that we're involved in it, and we hope that it'll outlive us. You know, like it's a great thing. So.
Well, it's awesome, man, and so is this music set. You got time for some more music for us today?
Yeah. I started with a tenor. Maybe I can end with a tenor.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's another instrumental tune, but we'll send it out on this kind of happy, dreamy note. We'll kind of go into like a tiki vibe, I suppose, with the plants and some swing style. But this is a tune I wrote on the tenor. It just kind of came to me over a period of time, and I put some lyrics to it, and you can hear me the full band arrangement and vocals on the Bandcamp. Please check that out. But I'll do the instrumental Saturday morning version for y'all. So that's called "In My Old Neighborhood."
Very nice, Mr.
Nice.
Sipe. Clearly, California is getting under your skin there. I could feel the tiki bar. That sounded fantastic.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Nate, for doing this. We really, really appreciate it.
It's really my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me, and I've been enjoying the episodes. And you guys have another one, or is this? You have
This is
more,
week
right?
5 of 9. We do it all the way through the end of February, and we have Ellen Stanley and Mother Banjo coming up next week. And then after that, we have some great kind of old time and bluegrass music from the members of Steam Machine, Back Up and Push. Then we have Derek Johnson, our friend from Monroe Crossing, and we're going to finish out our series with the Rowe Family Singers, Kim and Quillen, if you know those guys. Just a wonderful group, and really it's just an excuse for us to hang out with our
all
music
old friends of ours. It's great.
I know, man. That's what it's all about, man. And I know that's one of the things I so appreciate about what you do, Nate, and I'm just thrilled that we could hang out, even if we're far apart. And it looks like a lot of people are chiming in, appreciative of the show too. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Great show, and we appreciate hearing that. Chris, great to see you, and thanks so much, says Jody, and great job, says Ellen. Thank you guys. I mean, we love hanging out with our music friends. We love picking with each other, but if it wasn't for all of you out there in the
Yeah.
comments chiming
Thanks for
in,
hanging out.
that's why we do it. And we need that so much right now, and I'm so glad. I always walk away from these just kind of beaming after just seeing so many people together listening to music, and what a treat it was, Nate. Thanks again,
It's
man.
definitely refreshing for me, so thank you guys for having me, and keep up the good work.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nate.
Doing an amazing job with the show and everything, so.
And don't forget to check out Nate's original stuff, natesipe.bandcamp.com. There's a link in the comments as well. It's really wonderful. I definitely want to hear that song with like the full band. Like that's a beautiful tune, but I can already hear how it's going to grow with the other instruments around
Yeah,
it.
and I'll be putting some more things out there. I got a bunch of tunes in the works, and I play all these instruments individually. It's fun to be able to put them together for myself and see what I can come up with. So.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again for sharing your time and your talents with us. And until next week, folks, have a wonderful weekend. Cheers, and we will see you at the Bluegrass Brunch next Saturday, 11 a.m. Central. Take care.